Once upon a time, there were some people who lived in a town, and they had a very bad problem. Now, one day, most of them had gathered at the mayor's office to see if something couldn't be done about it. And the mayor was saying,
But surely, my dear people, you must realize it's not my fault. I can't help it if these rats and mice keep coming into our beautiful town of Hamelin. What do you expect me to do?
Expect you to do? My dear mayor, we have no idea. But after all, you are the mayor, and there must be some way to get rid of them. It's so distressing to open the cupboard expecting to take down a loaf of bread and instead see 4 or 5 rats run out. It's terrible. Well, now, my good people, calm down. You know we've tried everything to get rid of the rats. We've tried poisons and traps and, well, I don't know what all. Now then, a young man has arrived in town, and he's assured me that he alone can rid our town of rats. But he wants quite a large fee for doing this, and, well, I've told him he will only be paid if he can get rid of every single rat in town. Now, everyone in this town was so greedy and selfish that this suited them fine, because they were sure he couldn't do it, not every single rat, and then they wouldn't have to pay him. But the young man, whose name was the Pied Piper, just smiled and, raising his flute to his lips, started to play. And it was such weird music that the rats followed him out of the town and all the way out into the middle of the sea. And of course, they just drowned, every last one of them. And then the Pied Piper went back to the square where the mayor and all the people of the town were waiting for him. And he said, There you are, my good people. No sooner said than done. Now then, I'll take my 6 sacks of gold and leave you all to live happily ever after. But then everyone in the crowd started to say things like, no, and it was too easy, and he wants too much. Finally, an old man spoke up and said,
Well, do you hear that, Mr. Pied Piper? Everyone here thinks your price for getting rid of the rats is a little out of line, and I must say I agree.
Why, of course it's out of line. Why, it took you no time at all to get rid of the rats. What nerve to ask such an outrageous price? The Piper said, Tell me this. Didn't you try everything you could to get rid of the rats? Yes. And when I offered to get rid of them, didn't you promise to pay me? Aren't you at all grateful? Don't you remember how they used to bite your poor children while they slept? Why must you all be so greedy and selfish? And worst of all, not keep your word. You promised. Well, I've never been talked to like this in all my life, and I say let's give him nothing. After all, what can he do about it? He can't very well bring the rats back. The whole crowd cheered and agreed with her because they saw a way of keeping their gold. And the Piper said, I must warn you, all of you, there are other tunes I can play. They just laughed all the more, and you could see he was really getting angry. And finally he said, Very well, my friends, very well. With that, he put his flute to his mouth, and the music that came out this time was light and gay and seemed to have the sound of childish laughter in it. And as he walked down the street, from all of the houses, all of the children in the whole town started to follow him. They were singing and laughing and dancing. And the mayor said, that foolish fellow. He thinks he'll frighten us, that's what. But we shall stand firm. He'll not get a penny from us, not a penny. Why, look, he's taking them out of town. They're starting through the forest. The grown-ups began to run after them. But just as they reached the forest, they saw the Pied Piper and all of the children walk into a big cave. And as they rushed up, the rock came together, and the cave was gone. And this was the way the old people in the town were punished for being so greedy and selfish and not keeping their word. Oh, and the children? Well, I've heard that they went to a lovely land, because after all, they'd done no wrong. Yes, a wonderful land of goodness and kindness. Just the sort of land where we'd all like to live.